Hello everyone, Joshua Myers here, and welcome back to my 31 Days of October review series. And honestly, we got 2 more videos for this review series, and then I will be done for this year for the 31 Days of October review series, at least until next year. And honestly, it's been kind of fun, actually, checking in at all these, horror movies and Halloween movies to review. It's actually been fun, but at the same time, it's been kind of ugh. And I'm just honestly, I am kind of glad I'm getting done with this review series. I really am. And I feel like I'm starting to get burned out with horror/Halloween type films. I'm starting to get burned out of that and may need to start watching other genres of movies for a while and reviewing those instead. So yeah, after this review series is over, it's probably going to be a while before I end up watching any more horror movies for me to review. So, or Halloween related movies. And the movie we got today is Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island from 1998.
They've unmasked over 200 criminals together. Consider it practice. In the world television premiere, it's Scooby-Doo and the gang in a brand new movie adventure. This time, the monsters are real. Cartoon Network's Cartoon Theater presents Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island.
Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island stars Billy West, Mary Kay Bergman, Frank Welker, B.J. Ward, Mark Hamill, Adrienne Barbeau, and it's directed by Jim Stenstrom. The plot of Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island is that Scooby and the gang reunite so that he can head to a haunted bayou island to investigate the ghost of Moonscar the pirate. But it turns out the swashbuckler spirit isn't the only creepy character on the island. And before I get to with my positives and negatives of this review with this movie, honestly for me, when I was a kid, I always used to watch the Scooby-Doo stuff, and I had seen this when I was a kid, and I haven't seen it since. So I was kind of like, okay, let's watch it. And me and Amanda watched it, and she hasn't seen it in years. We definitely do know a lot of people consider this one to be the best thing to come out of Scooby-Doo, and to be the best Scooby-Doo movie. So, I guess you'll just be hearing my opinion on it, whether or not I think that's the case. What are my positives with this movie? Honestly, for me, the characters I think are done pretty well, actually. I think they did quite a bit to mature the characters, because these characters are meant to be older than they were in the show and that, and I think they did at least decent enough for a kids movie. And honestly, here's something funny, actually. A lot of people would honestly compare me to, Shaggy, actually. If Shaggy wasn't stoned off his mind. And I could see that. I could definitely see that. Like a real-life version of Shaggy who isn't stoned. I could totally see that. I do got kind of, even though I'm not on any drugs or anything, I do have a lot of food cravings, I will admit. I could be somewhat of a scaredy cat. Not as bad as Shaggy, obviously. I mean, just look around me, But sometimes I could be a scaredy cat, I will admit. And honestly, I will say there's this one funny scene in this movie involving Shaggy in which they're getting ready for dinner and that at the haunted location, and he's like, I need a trim, and it's like, he just only a very short hair on his, face, and just only took a few clips and he was done. And honestly, I can relate because I'm honestly like that. I'm honestly like that in real life, actually, and you know, like even if my beard and that starts growing even a little bit, I'm like, okay, time to shave it off. So, so I'm kind of like that. So, also, I do like the production value of this film. Actually, for an animated kids movie, the production value is really good. It's really good, actually. Like, it captures a lot of creepy gothic atmospheres really well. Like, the mood, the lighting, atmosphere. Really great for a kids movie. And just honestly, I feel like the movie is given a pretty good production value to where it feels more cinematic. And I did like the cinematic tones of this movie. Also, I like the fact that this movie decided to go with some more darker, more adult stuff. I mean, it's not too adult because, mind you, a kids movie, but it did push it a bit for a kids movie, and there were moments where I'm like, Scoop, how did we get a G on this movie? You know? Like, seriously, like, there's some moments where I'm like, holy shit! Like, I'm serious, how were they able to get a G on this movie? Like, a G rate? How were they able to get G rating on this film? Because again, it's like, holy shit! And also, I thought it was cool that there were certain voices, like actors in there voicing certain characters I did not know until now. Some of them even horror veterans. Like, for example, one that's a horror veteran that's in this is Adrienne Barbeau, actually. Which I've seen some of her films, like especially The Fog. And it was kind of a nice surprise to like see her as a voice actress in this. And I think she does a pretty good job. Like, honestly, I did not recognize her voice at all. So, also, it's awesome that they got Mark Hamill to voice the character in this too. And Mark Hamill is a really great voice actor. I mean, he's done so many voice work over the years. And honestly, I think he's a better voice actor than he is an actual live action actor, actually. Still my favorite still my favorite voice he's ever done was the Joker. Because he nails that voice perfectly. Also, I did really like the direction this film went for, especially for Scooby-Doo, like for the Scooby-Doo franchise. Because most of the time it's just, crooks and stuff like that, and masks and costumes, and this, it's actually real. Like, in their universe, it's real, like real zombies and everything. And, I will say this without getting into spoilers, this movie kind of does seem to borrow stuff from Stephen King's Sleepwalkers. Like, I noticed that and I was like... Although I would somehow say they actually pulled it off better as far as the creep value and that goes. Also, some of the music's pretty good too. Actually, the best song in the movie is I don't know the name of the song, but it's like, it's terror time again. Like, that song is awesome. The sequence that goes with it is also awesome. And for me, that's all the positives. Let's get into the negatives now. My negatives with this movie is, I only have one, honestly, and that's, I think the pacing could be a bit, slow at times. But, at the end of the day, that's just kind of a nitpick, but it still does affect my rating for the movie. But overall, I think this movie is close enough for a perfect film, actually. Especially for just a kid's movie. And with that said, I'm going to give Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island a 4.5 out of 5 stars. Honestly, it's a really good movie, and I honestly now wouldn't mind checking out, rewatching some of the other Scooby-Doo material. Actually, because it's been years since I've seen that stuff. I was like a kid when I last saw anything Scooby-Doo related. So, I may do more Scooby-Doo movie reviews on this channel. I just may. So that's it for this review. Thank you guys for watching, and see you next time.